Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, dear students. Hope you are doing well despite the current lockdown in some of the areas in the Gaza Strip. Anyway, it is actually a good opportunity for you to study hard. Okay, today, inshallah, I'm going to talk about some important terms in linguistics, starting with the definition of linguistics. Okay, so what is linguistics? What is linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study of language. Again, linguistics is the scientific study of language. So it is study, but it is scientific at the same time. It is scientific. Okay, the word language here means language in general, not a particular language. So it means language in general. It doesn't mean any specific language. So again, linguistics is the scientific study of language. And language here means language in general, not a particular language. So what is a linguist? If linguistics is the scientific study of language, what is a linguist? A linguist is somebody or a person who studies linguistics. He is a person, okay? A linguist is a person who studies linguistics. Good. He need not be fluent in languages, though he must have a wide experience of different types of languages. So if a question arises, for example, like a linguist must be very fluent in languages. Is that true or false? It is false. No, he doesn't need to be fluent in languages, though he must have at least, you can say, a wide experience of the different types of languages. So he, for example, he is not necessarily capable of speaking many languages fluently. All what he needs is just to be or to have a wide experience of different types of languages. That's it. Again, a linguist doesn't need to be fluent in languages. All what he needs to have is a wide experience of different types of languages. Different types of languages, of course. A wide experience in different types of languages. Good. Okay. Why is this type of study scientific? Again, why scientific? It is the scientific study of language. Linguistics is the scientific study of language. Let's have a look. We have two main reasons. One, linguistics or linguists study language systematically. And that's why it is scientific. The study is scientific. The study of language must be scientific. Linguists study language systematically. Okay? So when they study language, they study it systematically according to systems. It is not haphazard. This study is not haphazard. It is systematic according to systems and rules. This is number one. Number two, why is the study of linguistics scientific? Linguists apply the scientific method. So when they study linguistics, they apply the scientific method through its three stages. So if we would like to study any discipline, or if for any discipline to be studied scientifically, it should pass through three important stages. Okay? Number one, making observations. Making observations. They observe something. Good. Two, forming hypotheses. Making hypotheses or forming hypotheses and testing them. Okay. So number three, developing theories. So if any discipline passes through these three important stages, okay, it becomes scientific. It becomes scientific, or the study of this discipline is scientific. Again, from the very beginning, why scientific? Why is the study of linguistics must be or should be scientific, or why is it scientific? We have three or two main reasons. Number one, because linguists, when they study language, they study it. When they study any language, they study it systematically. Okay, this is number one. Two, when they study linguistics, okay, or when they study any language, they apply the scientific method. How? By following three important stages, which are First of all, they make, linguists make observations when they study any language. Okay. Number two, they form hypotheses and they test them. Of course, this is hypotheses. This is the plural. However, the singular is hypothesis. It ends in I. Hypothesis. Okay. IS. This is plural. Forming hypotheses and testing them. And finally, they develop theories. Okay. Some scopes or scope of linguistics. The scope of linguistics. It means what does linguistics study? Okay. Or what does linguistics cover? Actually, we have already said that the boundaries of linguistics is difficult to determine. Okay. The boundaries of linguistics are difficult to determine. And that's why we can here just have a look on some of the important, okay, branches of linguistics studied by linguistics or covered by linguistics. Okay. So here in the middle, we have linguistics. What does it cover? What does it study? It means the scope of linguistics. Okay. The sub-branches of linguistics or the sub-branches of linguistics covered by linguistics. Okay. So what does linguistics study? It studies semantics, pragmatics, morphology, syntax, phonology, lexicology, okay, etymology. We have already talked about some of these, but I think we have lexicology and etymology. Lexicology, of course, is derived from the word lex. Lexes means words. Lexes means, okay, this word, lexes, means words. So lexicology sometimes means lexicography. Of course, lexicography is the science of making dictionaries. It is almost the same. So lexicology has something to do with the study of words because dictionaries study words. Okay? So lexicology is part of linguistics, is that part of linguistics that studies words, their nature and function as symbols. Okay, again, lexicology is that part of linguistics which studies words, their nature and their functions as symbols. Okay, so it is more concerned with what? Lexicology. Lexicology is more concerned with that part of linguistics which studies words and their nature and function. Okay, etymology is more concerned with the origin and history of words and their meanings. Again, it is concerned with words, but in particular their origin and history. Etymology, it studies the origin and history of words. Okay, good. Of course, the other terms here, syntax, phonology, semantics, pragmatics, morphology, are going to be covered later on, inshallah, in the following sections. So I'm going to talk about these other important terms here, like phonology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, and morphology, later on in the following sections. Okay, phonetics. Okay, what is phonetics? Some students say phonetics. It is the same, phonetics. Okay, phonetics studies the production, transmission, and perception of speech sounds that occur in all human languages. So it studies three important things. Okay, what are they? Again, phonetics, of course, is concerned with sounds. Okay, speech sounds. Again, phonetics is concerned, or phonetics focuses on speech sounds. But what type of speech sounds, or what in particular? Studies the production, how we produce. Okay, transmission. Okay, transmission, how these speech sounds are transmitted. Okay, and reception, how we receive them by our ears. Okay, of speech sounds that occur in, this is the most important, in all the human languages. Because if we say in a specific language, it becomes phonology. Okay, if we say in a specific language, it becomes phonology. So phonetics studies the production, transmission, and reception of speech sounds that occur in all human language. Okay? Okay, then what is phonology? What is phonology? Phonology, sometimes called phonemics, is the study of the sounds of a particular language and their relationship to meaning. So what is the difference between phonetics and phonology? It seems like they are almost alike. Okay? But the difference here is in the fact that phonetics studies the speech sounds in all human languages. However, phonology studies the sounds of a particular language, Okay? So this is very easy. Good. So phonology, sometimes called phonemics. Okay? So phonology sometimes is called phonemics, right? Phonology, which is sometimes called phonemics, is the study of the sounds of a particular language and their relationship to meaning. Okay. So, next. This is phonetics and phonology. Morphology, of course, the study of the formation of words. As we already, or as we know, as everybody of us knows, morphology, it is derived from morpheme, okay? However, the smallest unit, or a smaller unit of morphology is phoneme. So we have phoneme, it is taken from phone, which is the sound, phonology, phoneme, phone, sounds, and morphology. Morphology here is the study of the formation of words, or how words are combined together, how phonemes or sounds are combined together to form morphemes, which is morphology. So morphology is the study of the formation of words. Good. Of course, if you notice, يعني أنا بحكي كتير في الموضوع, ولكن هو يعني أحيانا some students need more explanation in order to understand, and that's why I take much time sometimes talking about a specific term. Okay, morphology is the study of the structure of words, rules of word formation. Yes, rules not of how words are put together. No, words of what? Of word formation. So when we talk about word formation, it means how the different sounds are put together to form words. Okay? So morphology is the study of the structure of words, how words are formed, how different sounds or phonemes, the different phonemes of the sound, phonemes are combined or are put together to form words. Okay? Morphology. It studies other actually areas. Morphologists study minimal units, the smallest units of meaning. The smallest units of meaning. What are the smallest? Minimal means the smallest. What are the smallest units of meaning? Of course, not meaningless of meaning. The minimal units of meaning are words, but minimal units of phonemes are meaningless. So if we say p, t, k, these are not minimal units of meaning. They don't have any meaning. But minimal units of meaning are larger than phonemes. They are morphemes. So morphologists study minimal units of meaning, which are morphemes, words. So we have two different things here. Minimal units of meaning, or meaningful minimal units, and meaningless minimal units. If they are meaningless minimal units, we are talking about the sounds. If we are talking about meaningful minimal units, we are talking about morphemes, words. Okay? I think it's clear. So, morphologists study minimal units of meaning, which are morphemes, and investigate the possible combinations of these units in a language to form words. Okay? Again, investigate the possible combinations. Is it possible to put b with t to form meaning? No. We can put, for example, A with M, okay, blah, blah. Okay, so they investigate, they study all the possibilities of combining the units, okay, to form words. All the possibilities of these, combinations of sounds together to form, language, okay, to form meaningful words, to form meaningful words. I think it's very clear. Good. Next, so this is morphology. Students need not learn by heart all these definitions, okay? You can sum these definitions up. يعني يا جماعة ممكن تتلخصوا، مش بالضروري تحفظوا، ليس بالضروري تحفظوا كما هو، سطر ونص بكفي طالما انه المعنى واضح. وبعدين الاختبارات ان شاء الله ستكون على شاكلة صح وخطأ، واختر من متعدد، اختر الإجابة الصحيحة A B C، أو اكتب المصطلح، يعني تعريفه في مصطلح، أوكي؟ فبالتالي يعني أهم شيء the most important thing is to know the idea, to know the idea, okay? Good. Next please, syntax. Of course, syntax علم النحو. Syntax or syntax, the study of sentence formation. Now we go to larger units, okay? How words, okay, are put together, are combined. How clauses, how phrases are put together, okay, to form larger, meaningful chunks of language, which are sentences here. So syntax, علم النحو, okay, studies the sentence formation. Sentence formation. كيف نعمل الجمل وتراكيب الجمل, okay, and the different combinations and possibilities of word formation or of these units together to form sentences, okay? Again, syntax is the level at which we study how words combine or how we combine words to form phrases, phrases combine to form clauses, and the clauses join together to make sentences, okay? So it's very easy. It's very easy. Syntax is the level at which we study how words combine to form phrases, phrases combine to form clauses, and the clauses are joined together to make sentences. It's very easy, okay? Words are combined together to form sentences and other. This is another definition. This definition is enough. التعريف هذا بكفي, okay? إذا بتضيفوا مثال عليها. Words are combined together to form sentences and other smaller language chunks. Okay. طبعا يعني sentences are sentences, but what are the smaller language chunks of language? Smaller than the sentence, we have phrases and clauses. Okay. Phrases and clauses. Smaller language chunks. Phrases and clauses. So words are combined together to form sentences and other smaller language chunks like phrases and clauses. Syntax deals with the ways in which such words are organized to form meaningful language chunks and with the rules that govern such organization. That's it. نحو. Grammar. It is grammar. Okay? Like subject, verb, object, like question word at the beginning in the case of questions في حالة السؤال, question word, helping verb, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So it studies what? The rules that govern such organizations or combinations. Okay? Good. Syntax, again, we have another definition. Studies the rules for placing the elements in the sentence such as noun, noun phrases, verbs, verb phrases, and adverbial phrases. Okay? The same definition. One definition is enough. Okay? Syntax in Nahu. Okay? So one is enough. I have just talked about or presented three definitions, so one is enough. Syntax also attempts to describe how these elements function in the sentence. Okay? Elements like what? Like noun, noun phrase, verb, verb phrase. Okay? How these elements, okay, elements means here again, verb, verb phrases, noun, noun phrases, how these elements function in the sentence. Like, for example, what is their rule? Okay? Sorry. What is their role in the sentence, not what is the rule. We are talking about the role, their role. Okay, of course we have rule and role. Okay, so syntax investigates in the role of the different elements of language in a sentence. What is their role in the sentence? Like a noun, for example, like a word, Ali, Khamis, Khalil, or sometimes it comes at the beginning, so it functions, and that's why we are asking about the function. It functions as a subject. I saw Ali. Ali here is not a subject, it is an object. So this is the question of syntax attempts to describe how these elements function. Okay, how these elements function in the sentence. What is their role in the sentence? For example, the word boy is a noun. However, in each of the following sentences, it functions in different roles. Okay, as I have just put it, as the example I have just represented. Okay, so look, let's have a look here. The boy likes cricket. Here, the boy is the subject. B, the old man loved the boy. The boy here is the object. In sentence A, it functions as the subject of the sentence, and in sentence B, it functions as the object. Get very clear. What is semantics? What is semantics? Okay, everybody knows that semantics is concerned with the study of language. The study of meaning. Okay, it is concerned with the study of meaning. So it is that sub-branch of linguistics that studies what? Meaning. Very good. Again, semantics is the sub-discipline. Branch of science. Discipline, it's a branch of science. Okay? So semantics is a sub-discipline of linguistics, or a branch of linguistics, which focuses on the study of meaning. Okay? Good. It deals with the level of meaning in language. Again, the same thing. It attempts to analyze the structure of meaning in a language. For example, how words similar or different, okay, how words similar or different are related. Tries, okay, good, very good. Okay, the structure of meaning. Okay, of course, for example, opposites, synonyms, opposites, homonyms, and this stuff, okay? Like this. How words similar or different are related. Good. It tries to give an account of both word and sentence meaning. Also, يعني, to give an account of means تعلل. How? Of both word and sentence meaning, okay? Of both word and sentence. It gives an account of word and sentence meaning, okay? Good. So we are done with semantics. So semantics is concerned with the study of meaning, okay? Good. Pragmatics. Pragmatics, we have already talked about pragmatics also. It studies meaning in context, which means language in use. Language in use. Language in use. When we say in use, it means in a context. It is used in a context, in a specific situation. Okay? Again, pragmatics is simply defined as the branch of linguistics dealing with language in use. And when we talk about language in use, it means language in a situation, in a specific situation. Okay? And or context. Context means situation. In real situations. In real situations. Okay? So it is simply defined as the branch of linguistics dealing with language in use and in context. The same, in use and in context, in which it is used, and in the context in which it is used, and how this context influences the interpretation of meaning. And how this context influences the interpretation of meaning. We have already given many examples actually on pragmatics. Okay? On pragmatics. Sometimes, a good example is like when sometimes we use the same word or the same sentence, but we use it in different contexts. Okay, here each context influences what? The meaning. So the meaning of this word or that sentence is different according to the context in which it is used. Okay? In which it is used. Like what? Like the word bank, like the word boots, like the word, we have many, many more examples actually. Bank. Okay, I would like to go to the bank to withdraw some money. So bank here means a monetary institution, an institution or a building in which you can go, or to which you can go to withdraw money or deposit some money. Okay? Okay? So it deals with financial things. However, if you say, for example, he is having a wrist, or he is waiting for me next to the bank of the river. Okay, next to the bank of the river. So bank here means أحد ضفتي النهر. Okay, that's it. So the context in which a segmentive language, a word, a sentence, or anything of this like, of the like, is said, okay, influences the meaning. Influences the meaning. يؤثر على المعنى. Of course. David Crystal says, Pragmatics studies the factors that govern our choice of language. Of course, this is another corner. This is another corner of Pragmatics. Okay, another subdivision of Pragmatics. Okay, he says that the Pragmatics studies the factors that govern our choice of language. Yes, of course. For example, sometimes we choose a specific type of language, of words, to use when we talk to different people. Okay? Like what? Like if you, for example, as a student, are talking to your professor, you try to choose the most polite words. Okay? So these are factors that govern our choice of words. Okay? But if you are talking to your friend, for example, it's okay to use whatever words that pop up or come up into your mind. So there are some factors, okay? Factors that make us choose a specific type of language. Like what? Like the situation, the social status. The social status is an example of if you are talking to your professor, to your friend, the situation. If you are, for example, at school, if you are at the mosque, if you are talking to your friends in the street, if you are, okay, يعني for example في situation لو أنت في عزا هل بتستخدم نفس اللغة اللي بتستخدمها لما تكون في عرس؟ No, the situation is different. Okay, social status. Social status. If you are talking to your professor, are you using or do you use the same language you are using when you are talking to your friends? No. Education. Yes. If you are educated, if you are an educated man, okay, I don't think you use the same language, okay? Okay, so etc. So all these are factors: situation, social status, education. These are factors that govern our choice of language in social interaction, of course. Language in social interaction and effects of our choice on others. Yes, good. Okay, so we have come to the end of our lesson. Let's call it a day. Thank you very much until we meet again in other classes, virtual classes. Bye-bye.